is Ayolanda. Ayolanda is a powerhouse in every sense of the word. She's an entrepreneur, business owner of Black Family Blueprint, an artist, and a force of a woman. I met her through our poetry critique group with the incredible Carolyn Holbrook, if anyone knows who that is. She got awarded the McKnight Fellowship, so shout out to my fearless leader and mentor, Carolyn Holbrook. Along with Christian Avery. So Christian is here recording footage with Skull Dogs, with Jose, who's also the founder of Skull Dogs. Ayolanda is someone whose strength and artistry continue to inspire me, and one of her poems that she performed tonight is like one of my favorite poems ever. So give it up for Ayolanda.
I feel so tall. Thank you. I'm so excited for you. I'm so honored to be here. I am just full. I'm so full to be here. So thank you so much. Let's see. So my poetry, my words are, I think they were, the best way to describe it is a gift from spirit to resolve historical trauma. And so you're going to hear a lot of those things represented in these pieces. They both tell you a little bit about who I am. The first one is about my grandmother, and the second one is about me. All right, let me turn this way a little bit. So she was a 1930s baby. She was short, soft, thick, bright skin, dark patch on her cheek from lupus. Her smile was golden. She wore glasses, soft voice, mighty in her short stature. Gray afro, quiet, strength, African by way of remembering. She named the children that came through her Charles Jr., Becky, Jay, Dale, and Diane. She had a hand in naming the children that came through them. Charles III, Kira, Patsy, Shauna, Lydia, Michael, Rebecca, Douglas, and Chappelle. But me, she named me Ayolanda Camila. I yearned for what I thought was a so-called regular name. I used to want a name that read easily, that didn't provoke questions like, where are you from? Are you from Africa? Like a name that came with one syllable like Kay or May or Claire. Like a name I could find on a keychain or a magnet at the fair. Or like a name with maybe two syllables like Lisa, like Tina, like Anna, like Sarah. Like a slave name that rolled off the tongue of the oppressors without hesitation. Like a name that needed no mutilation to something shorter because it was just so unique and exotic and different. I wanted a name that masked just how Black I am. And a name like Ayolanda got stuck in the Anglo-shaped mouths of my miseducators, got stuck in their throats and in their noses on the way out and manifested as something that sounded like Ayolanda. Non-rhythmic and staccato, colorless, bleached, chalky. And at the time, I hated my name because they said it was too hard to pronounce, because they said the spelling was wrong, because they refused to respect the phonetic structure of names that carry with them history of a whole people. But now I love my name, and I will correct you. My name is Ayolanda, Ayolanda. 8 letters with 4 fluid syllables. One of a kind, like a graffiti tag covering a bench on your favorite park. My name is like big bubble letters blasted and blockbuster blasted on the bullets of the boulevard. Grandma, you know, she made sure that when you hear my name, you know it's me. She was my father's mother. I didn't get to spend much time with her while she was here because, you know, dysfunctionals be like that sometimes. You be thinking you have more time, and then they're gone. But spiritual connection transcends physical death. So she knew me. My grandma knew who I was before my first breath. She danced with my spirit when I was in the womb. She connected me to my history and my people with my name, me, the onlyest person in my family with an African name. African, Nigerian, Yoruba to be exact. Ayo means joy. Give me an African name to align my path, to define my future, to order my steps. Ayolanda became an assignment of self and peoplehood discovery. Ayolanda led me to find a love of words, reading, writing. Practicing pronunciation, enunciation, articulation, and rhyme. I learned that while I might be fluent in the language of our enslavers, I still think African. Learned that black colloquial is perfect and proper. Learned that ain't nothing broken about my dialect. These big brown eyes come with a revolutionary liberation tinted lens. I have no need to offend and no need to blend. I am not BIPOC, BIPOC, or people of color, but I am a lover. I am a lover. And I let my spirit guide, protect, and provide while I'm on this land. You see, words that were once foreign to my grandmother's mouth drip from my lips and create street art on bland brick on demand. Latin letter clusters landing on paper, transforming into words that were once foreign in my motherland. Rhymes fall off my tongue like water through your hand, accumulating like grains of sand. I weave narratives like the pieces of grandmother's story. Consonants and vowels create abstract Basquiat work of excellence from the spirit land. An intricate jazz solo under that Mona Lisa sculpture. I come from Ebonic speaking beings who follow the patterns braided in their heads to reach hidden landmarks. My grandmother now dances in the ancestral realm, but what she left me with is my name, a love for my people, and a remembering of who I am and whose I am. My name broke the mold of Eurocentric Christianity, complacency, and colonized practices. My English language speaking spoken is the scar of a generational wound. A tightly coiled skein of golden thread ungracefully unraveling from oppressive opportunities that ushered my language of origin to the tomb. My people planted. My people picked and pecked and plucked and pounded from the sun to the moon, so our ways of being, knowing, and speaking lay hidden in the harvest that we consume. And now we speak of vernacular that continues to bloom from the womb. And our sounds became a handwritten love letter to the world, since it was sweet potato pie, resilience, butter beans, green fried chicken, chitlins, and cultural healing. Because the womb is where the light enters in. We're thriving and surviving our fraternal twins, and the difference is like choosing the green juice over the juice of gin. The tones of our voice ride the global atmosphere, dancing on the beat of spiritual evolution. Black will always be, black will always transcend. Black art is black breath. Black breath is black life. Black life is black struggle. Black struggle is black power. And black names, black words, black sounds, black subjects and predicates paint the worldwide style. All in the midst of the thin-skinned European sins that be like scattered ink blots and smeared dots and splattered paint littered across the timeline on the bloodlines of my kinfolk. But ancestral kindred spoke to evoke the smoke, and we be lighted like a 10-year brother's pedestal. Minds be future telling, keeping eyes wide open. Blackness ain't no field trip, it ain't no project, it ain't no program proposal, it ain't no proposition of payday or exhibit. For historically white institutions to pretend that they comprehend how deep the myth of white supremacy extends. My culture and my language ain't a costume to be perpetrated with no recognition in your favorite TikTok trend. I am not your Negro. Word to James Baldwin. Toni Morrison, Ralph Ellison, and Zora Neale Hurston, because black literature is the arms of our grand bearers massaging our eternal soul. Black literature, the spoken and the written, we stimulate stimulation, elevating elevation, and educating education. Teaching forever lessons with words and names that were once foreign to our grandmother's tongue. I got a 15-year-old and a 12-year-old. My 15-year-old is over 6 feet tall and stands above me now. My 12-year-old is almost eye to eye with me, and it's very serious raising black boys in this society. That's a very historical thing, right? Each generation bears the weight of fear of raising black children in a society where we are not valued, and our lives still don't always matter, except for beyond what we can produce. So this was a letter. It started as a letter to my children. Generation X, new millennium abolitionist. I'm a freedom-fighting woman with Harriet's premonitions. Queen Nanny Maroon missionary. I carry liberation with my ancestral emissaries. I got that anti-colonial Stoner rebellion, that Turner energy. Ida B. Wells, Winchester on the mantelpiece, defending life and protecting peace. I throw these hands for a lifetime with the courage to pull and release. Standing on the front line, 12 gauge on my spine, hip concealing my 9380, ready to buy time if it means our babies have a shot. I said I will stand on the front line with my 12 gauge slung on my spine, hip concealing my 9380 on my ankle, ready to buy time if it means our babies have a shot. If they have a chance at black existence without oppressive statistics rooted in white supremacy. My resistance is persistent. Spirit will go the distance, traveling through dimensions with soul sound. Kept carving space within you for the pressure release valve. Because this is a time and a place where fear makes you feel alive. Joy makes you feel anxious. And anxiety makes you understand. The ups and downs of black life prevail like the pen in my command, like water through my hand, moving, evolving, shifting, defining, cleansing. I house the womb of the insurrection. The formula for resurrection is in my complexion, ancestral connection, eternal reflection, and internal protection. My child, you are not limited to the block. You come from deep roots, bloodlines, and rich stock. I am an African woman, creation creating creation, greens and cornbread fed. I thrive in sunshine and gray skies, brown nose, thick lips, and big thighs, intuitive eyes, gut detecting lies, and a spirit that soothes our grandmother's cries. I am a descendant of American chattel slavery. My womb gives birth to bravery for the new generations of sisters and brothers. I am the radical black mother. So my baby, when you're on your knees in distress, and your inner me is your enemy, I'll be pumping 7 shots of hope into your chest to mitigate cardiac arrest, restoring you with the milk from my breast to ease the pain. I cultivate roots and conjure radical reflections of rebellion for the expansion of the neurons in your brain. Strategic plans of action for liberation allows your spirit to be unchained. I will discipline you with recipes for centering blackness when being your authentic self becomes a challenge to maintain. Because your excellence will always be too excellent for narrow boxes to contain. I am clutching the best of the best of you are the best of the best. And I uphold your greatness unless you forget who you are in the midst of life's test. So I stay praying that God is will bless. To override the times when this world attempts to replace the air in your lungs with the fluids of toxic stress. Never forget that progress is a process and you are aligned towards success, my child. We will jihad against marginalization, oppression, and every other systemic internal and external attempt at making you believe that you are less. My child, you will not be another nigger to acquiesce for the sake of belonging or competition. We on that 2025 modern day abolition, blackity black cultural transmission, historical knowledge acquisition, a return to the earth expedition, Florida water purification, humble supplication, and ancestral intuition. Remember, your blackness never needs permission. Just make sure that your cognition never runs out of ammunition to fight the opposition and force the demolition of the delusion of white supremacy and racist institutional conditions. You will not die in the darkness. You will not die in the darkness. You will become rooted because what harms you arms you. You were born to live. You were born to fight. I will lay my life down to protect you because you were born to experience black is beautiful. Black love, black intimacy, black joy, black peace, black power, black wisdom, black wealth, black food, black education, black time, black growth, black family, black people, black spirituality, black healing, black rituals, black freedom, black culture, black music, black future, black history, black action, black soil, black truth, black earth, black business, black protection, black God, and black unity. I am your Umi. I am your mama, your amma, your Mazazi, your mommy. There is no other. I am the radical black mother.